2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, hello, internet world. Let's continue. Okay, where was I? Okay, Andrea puts a plate of eggs on the table and they all start eating. Michonne, hey, I heard there's new meat upstairs. Gothichka, hell yeah. Well, shit. Tonight's dance night. I guess we'll see if any... I'm gonna unfold this so it's easier to read. I guess we'll see if any of them got any talent. They all laugh together as they have their breakfast/lunch. If only there was some way of putting those two words together. ... Lunfist. Meanwhile, in the bedroom of the governor comes out of the shower as a bunch of steam pours out of the bathroom door. He stands in the bathroom doorway, leaning on the wall, drying off his hair with a small hand towel. Nudity is implied, but we only see him from the waist up. Lol. Meanwhile, speaking of nudity, Daryl is asleep on the floor, censored underneath a throw blanket and a couple pillows. The governor lights a cigarette. Wake up, princess, it's showtime. Daryl sleepily awakens and looks up, squinting against the light of the room. Daryl, Some crumpled up black clothing hits him in the head. The gov from off camera. Here, Merry Christmas. Cut to downstairs at the door of the basement quarters. Daryl is standing there in a pair of leather pants, boots, and a vest. Daryl, one of those deals, huh? I'm so typecasted. He knocks on the door. Immediately it opens and the gladiators yank him inside as the rock music starts right up. Oh god, this is like one of the worst parts of the story. This part and one other part that I'll go off on are my two least favorite parts of the whole story, but let's do it anyway. And I'm not even gonna play the music because copyright and all that bullshit. So yeah. Oh, where was I? The women shove him around to one another. You know, that little hot potato game. Groping him and slapping him and all that shit. He ducks down to the floor quick and bolts through their legs, coming up on the other side of the kitchen. Daryl singing to the song. Break me down, you got a lovely face. And now I'm at your place. Now you try to freak me out. Andrea. Act so proud, like it's all the same. Do you want to stay? 'Cause we gotta have our way. Daryl. Oh, you're crazy, bitch, but it's just my scene, I'm on top of it. Andrea. Well, let's see if you can hang with me. Sassy all through the night until the light's on. Michonne to Daryl. Oh, you're crazy, bitch, but if that's your scene, you ain't gotta quit. Let me see if you can hang with me. Keeping that shit turned up until the light's on. They run to get him playfully, and he jumps up on the table. He does like a little dance for them. Just a little one. Daryl. Take it off, that's how you play the game, and then you get insane. Another easy crowd to please, huh? Gothichka. You're not bad. You might have the whirls. If you keep your pace, yeah, to be one of us girls. They all gang up on him and pull him down off the table, dropping him roughly to the floor. Daryl picking himself up. Ooh, you're crazy, bitch, but I told you once I'm on top of it. You ain't seen the place I'm coming from. Ladies, watch out. I could take you all on. Michonne. Damn, you crazy bitch, but you sure are seeming like you liking it. If you're tough, just lay it on the line. Calling your bluff, it's time to see this guy shine. The instrumental part of the song comes up and they all descend into a madness of wrestling, sparring, ass slapping, noogies, bloody noses, guzzling booze, and other frat-ish behavior. At the end, they're all tired, bruised up, and laughing, piled together on the floor. Okay, so basically the point of that part, at the time, it was just because it's like, have you ever seen one of those movies, like She's All That or something like that, where it's like, basically the female character has to prove to a whole group of boys that she can be just as rowdy as them and just as masculine and all that shit as them. So this is kind of like the inverse, kind of, where it's like a man has to prove that he can be as rowdy as a bunch of women, I guess. You know, that's kind of what I was going for. Anyway. Meanwhile, Penny and Carl are crawling out of the vent system in the wall, back into one of the upper hallways. Carl stretches as he stands up. Where are we now? Penny. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts of the house. It's a secret. The only people that know about it are me, my dad, my sister, and the people I bring here. You know, people I like. Wink. Carl, whoa. Penny motions to him. Here, come around the corner, I'll show you. She dashes off around the corner, and Carl chases after her. As he comes around to the other side, Penny suddenly grabs him and pulls him against the wall. Carl, hey! Penny, watch out. The booby traps. Oh, booby trap, watch it. Miami Chronicles, booby trap. Just Google a shit. Google it, and it'll come up. Carl, huh? He looks down the hallway and sees a series of different rope trip wires, which at the end of the hall all come together into a big human-sized spiderweb trap. What movie is that from? I think that... Isn't that from, The Crimson Executioner? One of those fucking movies that, was on, Creepy Coffee Movie Time. The good days. The good old days. Carl, what the fuck is that? Penny, this is my gauntlet. Hee hee. I built it. It gets so boring around here. And lonely. She gets sad again. Especially for me. None of these assholes upstairs want to talk to a little-ass kid like me. Carl, rough. Penny, I got a bunch of different places in the house rigged up. I got really good at it now. When someone falls down in one of my traps, then we can play. Carl, what do you play? Penny, oh, all kinds of stuff. They hear a little bell then, and they look over to see the cat crawling out of the vent. Penny, my kitty. Carl, yeah. He looks around. You want to go somewhere else? So that's it. She just took him there just to look at the booby traps, and then now they want to leave. Cut away from them, back to Unique's lab. Shane has somehow managed to avoid being experimented on all day, and is now trapped in a narrow kennel in the corner, like what they keep dogs in at the pound. He's drinking out of a big rodent-style water bottle that's hung on the wall. Then all of a sudden, the governor comes barging into the lab, startling Shane and making him cough on the water. Ugh, I hate that. The gov. Hey, Mr. Frisbee, how are you feeling today? It's like, I was wondering why it's called Mr. Frisbee, but now I realize it's because of he has the mouse water bottle. But the funny thing is that I only know of one other Frisbee who actually is a Mr. Like, obviously Miss Frisbee is a mouse. But there actually is a Mr. Frisbee, and he's from Twilight Zone, and I'm pretty sure he's that guy that is like, he always tells lies and shit like that. And he's always like, yeah, you know, I was like the first person in outer space, but they just covered it up, and I can, like, you know, I used to be a major league champion, and like all this fucking bullshit he just tells. So he makes himself out to be like the ultimate human, you know, like, oh, he's good at everything, he's like fucking perfect, and he's like ace in the hole at every fucking thing, and everybody knows he's full of shit. Because he's just like, you know, a little general store owner or something. And the one thing he is good at is playing harmonica. So then these aliens come down, and they're like, we want to find the ultimate perfect human to abduct. So they believe him, all his bullshit, because apparently on their planet they don't have lying or some shit, and so they kidnap him and take him on the airplane, or I mean not the airplane, they take him on their spaceship. They're gonna take him back to their planet so that they can be like, oh, the ultimate human, you know, it's good at everything, but then he starts playing his harmonica, and then that, like, destroys them. So that's a little story for you. Check the episode out. It's pretty fucking funny. But it's funny because I didn't think about that when I was writing this. I don't even think I knew about that episode at the time, maybe. So, I don't know. It's just funny because they both things involve being captured and, you know what I mean? Anyways, where the fuck was I? Okay. The governor. Hey, Mr. Frisbee, how you feeling today? Shane, I've been better. The governor, well, guess what? I'm about to bust you out of here. I got a job for you. 10 minutes later, the two of them were downstairs at the door of the basement. Oh, I totally forgot about this shit. At the door of the basement quarters, the governor knocks on the door. Shane, so, what was this job again? The governor ignores him and just knocks on the door again. The governor, hey ladies, open up in there. I know you're home. Michonne from the other side of the door, playfully. Go away, motherfucker. Various laughter from behind the door. The governor, come on, I got something sweet for y'all. Gothichka comes to the door and opens it a crack, peeking out. Gothichka, a second course? Oh, you must want something. You're spoiling us today. The governor, for my top athletes, hardly spoiled. Shane, huh? The governor gives Gothichka a flirty little smile and pushes Shane into the room, who looks around all nervous and confused as the three women stare at him hungrily. This is another trope, but I'll get more. I mean, it speaks for itself. The governor from outside. Hey, smells good in there. What you got cooking? Mind if I join? Andrea shuts the door right in his face as the women close in closer on Shane. Okay, whatever. I'll just say it right now. So you know how in even though I'm sure I don't even need, I'm sure like if I just go another sentence down it's gonna fucking say it for me like always, but whatever. So you ever seen those movies where it's like I can't think of any like right off the top of my head, but it just seems like a stereotype where it's like, say there's one woman who's like always had it rough, wrong side of the tracks, like grew up as a hooker and blah blah, you know, like Daryl. So she's like all tough and shit, and then some other girl who's like more innocent, like maybe like a runaway or something like that, like still kind of had something bad happen to her but hasn't been like hardened by the streets yet or whatever. She's just like this young innocent girl, and like the like rugged old whore like takes her under her wing and she's like, you have to learn to be tough, and you know you gotta learn to suffer, and you know you can't let anybody see you cry and blah blah blah. Anyways, that's basically what's happening between Daryl and Shane. So yeah. Where was I? Okay, Shane. Nervous laugh. Nice to meet you. Gothitchka taunts him. Hello there, deputy. You wanna play with us? Shane shifts back nervously. Sure. What do y'all like? Texas Hold'em? Michonne. Yeah, I wanna hold 'em. She pulls her sword. Oh, I totally forgot she had a sword. See, it's been a while since I've seen this show hasn't been in like, everybody in the mind's eye of the nation for a while. What is it all about now? Nowadays it's all about what is the shit everybody's watching? I guess Marvel and what was The Mandalorian? I think The Mandalorian ended. And I guess now it's just all the Marvel shows. I don't know, WandaVision or some shit. I don't know what people fucking watch. I'm way out of the loop. Where was I? Okay. She pulls her sword out of the sheath and slips it right up under the front of Shane's shirt. He freezes in fear. She tugs on the sword and slices the whole front of his shirt open. I was just watching From Hell the other night, which I had. Oh my god, I should make a video just about that. But anyway, there was a part in the beginning where the pimp, I guess, whatever he is, this like just goofily, stereotypically bad dude, is like cutting the buttons off the girl's shirt like one at a time. But at least Michonne just did it like all at once, like like that. I prefer like getting straight to the point, you know. Okay, anyways, she slices the whole front of his shirt open. Shane blushes disturbed. Michonne, now that's what I call a straight flush. Down the little hall on the other side of the apartment, Daryl steps out of the bedroom with just a bathrobe on. He hears some commotion from the kitchen/front area, and Shane pleading for them to leave him alone while they all aggressively molest him. Daryl comes into the kitchen. Hey, leave him alone. He goes, oh, that didn't sound like Daryl at all, but okay. He goes forward and tries to pull off Andrea. I don't know why her, I guess she's just the closest one. But she's not standing for that, and the second Daryl tries to take some control of the situation, she turns around and backhands the shit out of him. Like one of those slaps that makes your hair flop to the side. Yeah, that's a good slap. Andrea, I didn't ask you to say anything. Sit the fuck down and get out of my way. I'm so sick of hearing people say sit the fuck down or shut the fuck up is okay because everybody says that, but like sit the fuck down or calm the fuck down or something stupid like that. I feel like, I don't know, it's dumb. Daryl reluctantly plops down at the kitchen table with an angry huff, rubbing the side of his face. Daryl, okay, I'm gonna attempt to do a little bit of a southern accent. Oh, you think you're so tough, huh? You ain't nothing but a big brute. Yeah, you're real tough, picking on a helpless, unarmed guy like that. What, you afraid if you don't go for easy guys, you might break a nail or something? The women pause and look over at him, then look back at Shane. Michonne. Man, shut up! But all the same, their fun has been ruined by his words. Frustrated, Michonne just grabs Shane by the torn-up shirt and shoves him into the bathroom doorway, where she leaves him. He looks like a mess, with his eyes a little watery and just looking dazed. Michonne, clean yourself up, slut. The women go off to their bedroom and slam the door shut. Daryl pauses a moment, then gets up and goes over to comfort Shane. Daryl, Oh geez, do I have to? Shane hides his face. I love it when characters talk back to like what they're supposed to be doing. Shane hides his face against the wall and starts crying all quietly. Daryl, ugh. He rolls his eyes. He gets up from the table. All right, I'm coming, I'm coming. Cutscene. Now we're back in the governor's bedroom. He's sitting at a desk in the corner, sewing a tiny doll that looks just like Rochelle. In front of him on the table is a whole pile of dolls that look just like his guests, and a model diorama of the Cadbury Manor, with many other tiny dolls representing all the people living there. You know what? I feel like there's been so many movies actually that have done this. I don't remember where I was getting it from. I got it from something, but I don't remember where. But it's just like that thing of like, oh, I remember. I got it from Pokemon. Yeah, the best episode. Season 1. Okay, I know Pokemon's on like season 100 now or whatever the fuck, but the first season is really the only one me and my sister watched like intently, and the best episode hands down is the one where they go to the psychic town, and she had a dollhouse in her room where she turned everyone into dolls with her psychic power and put them in the dollhouse. That episode is so fucking good. That's just creepy, and it's just like one of those episodes where when you see it as a little, I mean, if I saw it now, I'd probably be like, whatever, but you have to see it when you're like 7 years old. You see it at the right time in your life, and it's like, holy shit, this is so dark. This is fucking awesome. It's creepy. Like, it's just good, and it's just creepy. Like, it just pushes the envelope just enough. Anyways. Some things just understand children, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like that's like kind of like a more common thing now, is like having like a replica of the house you're in, like in the house. Like, didn't Hereditary have like, that was a big thing in Hereditary? She like made a dollhouse that was just like her house and stuff. And then there's other movies too that do it. What is this? Wait, look at her locking herself in the cabinet. She's weird. She thinks she can go to another dimension like that. Anyway, okay, where was I? Okay, in front of him on the table is a whole pile of dogs that look just like his guests, and a model diorama of the Cadbury Manor, with many other tiny dolls representing all the people living there. But there's like so many people there too. Like, he would have to make so many dolls. And if they're like really in proportion to, because I've made small dolls, okay, like about like this big or something. If they're this tall, the model dollhouse would have to be like hella big if it's like to scale, of all these people living in this big mansion. But whatever, who cares? Because if it's like actually the right size, like of a dollhouse that can like fit on your table and stuff, the dolls would have to be like this small, and that's like impossible to like sew. But I digress. Okay, a sudden knock comes on the door. The governor, without even looking up, come in. The door opens and a skinny young surfer type looking guy steps in, dressed up like a page boy from medieval times. Page, a letter arrived for you just now from a shiny black Cadillac with spinning rims. The governor glances up slightly. Quite impressive. Must be important. Page, it's from your old friend, Aquaman. The governor, and this is before that Aquaman movie came out, so it's kind of funny. The governor slowly puts down his sewing. Yes, I should have known from the start. Well, this is some welcome news. I've been expecting word from him. Cut to the governor strolling into the dining room downstairs. All our heroes are in there, with damp hair, and wearing pajamas like they all just got out of the shower, extremely hungover, drinking coffee and orange juice and not wanting to do a fucking thing. The governor, my honored guests, so how'd your first night go? Various mumbles and groans from all around the group. The governor, oh, sounds great. He puts one leg up on a chair and lights a cigarette. A lot of smoking in this household, man. And then it's like secondhand smoke. But, these people don't even care about living, so. Tyree drinks coffee. I don't even remember a damn thing. Barbara, my nightmares. So real, so visceral. Curly, where's my son and my second husband? The governor completely ignores all of their complaints. Great, well, sounds like you guys are all settling in good. If you get hungry, feel free to grab something. So, who's up for a little shooting range game, huh? Alright, let me cut it out here. I think I'll do one more.